an. I'm not pushing with my hands. My hands are very weak. See, no muscle here. I'm pushing with my legs. I need a very big guy. Who's big and strong?
That's Steve.
Who's Steve?
That's Steve.
Is Steve big and strong? Come on here. Plonk yourself in the ground. 1 foot forward. Okay. Can you take the other foot, or is that a... Okay, that's good. and for me to move somebody with this size, using my hands is very difficult. But using my legs is not very difficult. Because my legs are pretty big. Look at the size of my legs compared to the size of my hands. Okay? You want to try? Okay? Try and use just the hands, okay? Push. Just the hands. I mean, yeah. Push, push, push. Push. The idea is, and there's a saying in Tai Chi, the hand is not a hand, the body is a hand. And really we try, once again, plonk yourself firmly. Don't let me push you. Do whatever you need with your hands. Is that I use my feet, not my hands. The distance is not changing. Once again, plonk yourself. Do whatever you need. That I use my feet, not my hands. Okay? And this is an. This is an. An is not this. So, bear with me for a second. If you're doing the form, right? Palm. Li, everybody can see, is a neutralization technique, right? Pretty self-explanatory. Press. Pretty self-explanatory. But an, you see people doing this. And the hand is moving separate from the body. The angles, look here. If I had sticks there, they wouldn't move. Right? I'm trying to use the power of my feet to move this big guy, not the power of my hands. My power of my hands, remember the whip, is very light.
In the form, do the hands extend after you finish your push?
Yeah, you can. You know, the idea is you have to remember that this has been passed not through some kind of indoctrination like mathematics where 2 plus 2 is always, what is it, 4 or something? You know, in Tai Chi, there is a point where you must, probably with advanced mathematics as well, there must be a point where you must make it your own, where you must first understand the essence. And understanding the essence of An is to understand that you're not using your hands, because it just doesn't work. If at the end of An you leave your hands there and bring your body back, or if you let them fall out and come back, I can't say that I have an opinion on it. You know, if it works for you, go for it. But the essence of it is very important. Tom, I'm going to do it again. Tai, you attack my shoulder with the right hand, right? Just attack the shoulder. Let go here. I just illustrate. Tai. Okay? Just stay there. We did this. Tai. Right? Oh?
Yeah.
Yes,
sir.
Yes. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Tai with shoulder with elbow. So, okay. Tai.
Oh, okay.
Top. Sorry.
It's
Top.
okay.
Okay. I know that limb and splitting my Chinese. I haven't used it for a while. So I'm just trying to illustrate some of the points. Not that you're going to learn it right now, but something to see that every one of these movements, to really understand Tai Chi, you must push. You must push with another person. You must see what it is. You must understand the technique as it applies. It's not a show. You can make a show out of it, that's fine, but that's not what we're doing, I think. Okay, so you grab the shoulder, toe. Okay, and then pull the shoulder. Okay, the other one is push with this hand here. This technique, okay? So we saw that, right? To see where they're falling in, right? Right, and here. Of course, you wouldn't use them in that succession, but to understand what it is. When we start doing the push hands, you'll begin to see where you can embed that in there. The fact that Yang Chen Fu strung all these things into a form, and other people made an aberration of it. The 13 was put together by a committee in Taiwan. Chen Manqing's form was put together by him because he thought that Yang Cheng Fu's 108 would be too long for your average TV watcher. So those are the ideas. Should we go into a bit of push hands here? Because I think if I keep doing the form, they're going to sue you for or something. Let's pair up a little bit and let's get a feeling for it. We can come back to the form and see how they blend in together. I'd like you to see how the form and the push hands blend with each other. Let's just pick yourselves partners.
Initially, if
wherever
you
you
haven't
want.
done it, can you be with someone who has done it
Okay.
first, initially?
Let me just tell you one thing about working with a partner.
Okay, look, Ting.
Just one thing about working with your partner. The idea is not to beat them. The idea is not to defeat them, to show that you're better than them. The idea is to have two people learning. And one of the best theses I ever read about the destructive forces of competition and education was written by Albert Einstein, saying that basically, there is no room for it. This is not a competition. This is an education. When you come to class, you're basically educating yourself. When you go to competition, it's competition. When you go down to 6th Street and get into trouble, that's 6th Street and getting into trouble. Is it still 6th Street here?
It's still 6th Street.
Okay, but here, you want to take care of your opponent, physically, emotionally, and you want to make sure that they're learning with you. You want to work with them. And that means that when you're working with them, is don't be too kind to them. Push them every once in a while. When they make a mistake, push them. But if you find out that you're constantly pushing them, they're not going to practice with you. And if you hurt them, they're not going to come back tomorrow and you'll have nobody to practice with. Take care of your opponent. Be gentle with your opponent. When you practice tueso, pushing hands, you'll do yourself a great service if you learn first to yield, which means you first learn to neutralize. Yeah? It's first learn to neutralize. Right? First learn to neutralize before you learn to attack. But in order to do that, somebody has to attack. So you also have to attack your opponent. It's not a simple thing, okay? Get into pairs. I'll work with each of you. Start working.